Hello Minecrafters, this is Armagedon 41 on the MindCrack fan server. And today we have another 2 rooms for you. We have my grass and mycelium farm as well as vine farm. These ones are probably not the most exciting of the rooms that I've ever done before, but we'll just get into them for completeness. Well, might as well start with the very easy one here, the vine farm. This one is about as simple as you can get it. I think this is about the only room that I have so far that has no redstone in it at all, but it's just a simple place for growing vines. I've gone through and made these little beams across the top here, and it allows me to have a fairly full coverage. There is, I think this block is the only block in here, or sets of blocks I should say, that doesn't have any vines directly on them. Everything else is full. You could alternate it like one beam, space, beam, space, beam, space, beam, so you could have 100% coverage in here, but to be honest, this in and on itself is way too much overkill, because you can harvest a lot of vines in any one time, and this one's also kind of designed so it is tall enough that you shouldn't really be able to get to the very, very top to knock out the top one, so you always should have some that regrow even if you get a little overzealous in cutting absolutely everything out. The one thing I do kind of like about this room is just the mechanics of the vines, because you can kind of jump and float. You just hit hold control and you kind of float in the air until you hit any spots that don't have any vines. And the way that vines actually work is, even if they are parallel to the wall, you can still actually climb them. So it's just kind of fun to mess around in this room. I think actually if you were to do every single block so it's all the way across, you might be able to come up with like a little gladiator death room or something like that trying to knock people off of vines. Could be kind of a fun little diversion for people, like a little tiny mini game inside a world. But at any rate, the redstoneless rooms is not really what you're here for. We'll actually go to a room with a fair amount of redstone. This is very, very simple redstone, unfortunately, but it does still have redstone in it. As I always do, I kind of overbuild everything that I make, and this is definitely no exception. This is the grass and mycelium farms. I know you could just plant down grass and let it grow, and that's about it, but to add complexity to this thing, I should actually first grab a silk touch pick before I show you any of the stuff and harvest anything. So I will be right back. Actually, since I'm not really sure what I have shown in my previous world tour, I'll show this thing in once again for any new subscribers, as well as if I didn't actually show this. It's my little hidey hole here in the back that has all my enchantments, and this is also like my prep station for like death and such, so have everything just ready here as soon as I pop back if I need to reset really quickly. But yeah, this is also all of my enchantments, and finally actually have some signs up, and they're actually loaded in the game unlike usual, but you can see that I have each of these things set up here as basically as they grow in, well, actually decrease in the usefulness if you're going this way. So at the top we got like all my unbreaking 3 efficiency 4 picks. I've also separated like the fortune 2 ones here. They're no real difference, but then at the very top I got both the silk touch ones and the fortune ones. So I'm just going to snag one of these guys. I don't really have much for shovels or anything yet. I primarily just do picks. As you can probably see if I go to, I think it was this one, yeah, just the unbreaking 3s. Like, I rarely use these guys. I maybe use like 2 of them every time I run through anything, so they kind of build up quite a bit. But anyways, that's enough for the pick, and I'm going to meet you back at the farm. And we're back. So the one problem that we have with efficiency picks such as this thing is they go through pretty well any material ridiculously fast. There are a few other ways of dealing with that, like lining everything with cauldrons or anything basically that isn't affected by the efficiency, but it also kind of limits the styling you can do, and I still want to keep everything fairly consistent through my base. So what I've actually opted in doing is raising up the blocks so that you can harvest them without having the chance of actually hitting anything that might be broken out due to efficiency. So you'll see with a hit of a button, it pops up and you can actually harvest all these things right from within. So just basically knock off one and then everything's at your head height. Oh, this is efficiency 5. I'm used to this thing going through a lot quicker, or efficiency 4. But oh well, whatever. If you're actually running with a shovel with efficiency, you can go through grass and mycelium like absolutely nothing. Basically, just destroy everything with a quick little swipe. But this allows you to be able to actually go through and not hit the ground, not hit the walls. You can just do it from eye level. So, takes nothing to harvest, even with just a efficiency 4 pick, but with the shovel you can go through it a lot quicker. And the way that all this stuff works is you can fill it all the way back up, and then underneath each one of these lamps is a grass block, or in the case of the mycelium farm, a mycelium block. It's not the fastest way. Like, it'd be a lot faster if this entire ring was grass or mycelium, but I figured this was good enough for the amount of grass or mycelium I go through. It doesn't matter that much. So I have my blocks underneath here. They stay lit and perfectly fine with the lamp on top of it. I'm not sure if they would still stay alive with a transparent block such as a lamp without it being lit, but if it is lit, it's perfectly fine at any rate. And I'm actually going to pop off, I think right about here is where I can actually get down. There we go. Actually, might as well just go all the way down so you can see that. Oop, I'll have to pop that off because I also hit off my power source there, the lever. But you can see that the grass just sits there. And I'm going to re-put all this stuff back in so nothing dies. And be relatively quick about it. Grass, and we're done. And get my butt back out. Alright, so that's fine, and it shouldn't interfere as long as you're powering it from the back like here. It won't interfere with any of the pistons here. And speaking of which, I will show you the redstone at work. There are different ways of doing this. Like recently, Generic B showed off his earthquake. I think it was the earthquake potato farm, where he does it basically in just one level. That one was using minecarts to actually pop everything, so it's a lot thinner, but I just don't like using minecarts if I can avoid it, because they're known to be glitchy as all hell. So my method here was basically just a progression of torches so that you can get thinner and thinner to the bottom where we just have 2 lines of torches here. So yes, this is kind of excessive amount of redstone for something as simple as just raising up a bunch of dirt blocks, but well, I'm just that kind of a weird person. I'll break out a little bit of stuff here so you can see it better. Oop. And there goes my grass block. I'm just going to put that back. Alright, so you can see the progression that it has. So we have the sticky pistons up here with the block on top, and then we have 1 line of stone with torches on top and on the side. On this one we have top and the side, and then same thing with this one and this guy. Well, this one, instead of this one just has it on the top, and this one has it on the side on both these ones, but really, same diff. And then the next level down, you have one down the center, and it powers both of these 2 blocks. Same thing with down there, just one down the center, powering the 2 blocks. And then a last but not least, this set here with torches, and then the repeater, the alternating repeater and lines and redstone lines going through. And then we have one for the grass, and then one for the mycelium. So once again, way more redstone that is required for such a simple task as harvesting grass, but I like being complex, and always kind of feel better when there's a little bit of redstone in the room. Like if I can figure out a way of adding redstone into that vine farm, believe me, I will be doing that. But until they have some sort of mechanics that allow you to be able to harvest vines without actually needing a shear, yeah, we'll be sticking with the manual one on that one. And with this one, all you have to do is just fill it right back up, and then within just very few minutes, like it actually is, it propagates the grass and the mycelium quite quickly. So in just a matter of minutes, this will completely fill up a little bit. And I can see I'm dropping a few frames here walking around here, and that is nothing to do with this room actually, but it is the room next door here, which is a new system that I've created. And if I go to the wall over here, you can probably just hear them. Like I can hear them on my side. We'll see if YouTube picks that up. But that's the new system that I've just created on here. So the next time through, I think we'll be going through the system over here that I showed a sneak peek of last week, and then the system that I just did here. Actually, I just finished this thing up 2 days ago, so I'll show you that system next week as well, or more than likely. Don't hold me to any promises, but it'll probably be next week with the 2 of them. And with that, have yourself a good day, and we'll see you next time.